Welcome back to another Beast Morphers review. It's Zach with a podcast named Tim. We're going to review the episode 14 from season 1 of Beast Morphers entitled Sound and Fury, and then give our rating for Tubatron 2.0. So we'll get into that in a minute, but of course, give a thumbs up to the video, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's get right into it. So Zoe and Nate are interviewing candidates to be lab assistants for Nate. They're interviewing someone who works in Zord maintenance. Her name is Megan. And when Megan leaves, she says that one way or another, she's going to get that job. She's going to be the assistant in the lab. So someone who's very power hungry, not a villain, just a regular person who is trying to make her way in the world and get a promotion at all costs. So I'm sure that will come back later in this episode. We do know that, of course, again, the cheetah claws that we've been mentioning are being worked on some more, testing them out. Bit and Betty, they're making a salad, and of course that leads with her whacking at a salad dressing and it getting all over her face. So Zoe ends up running into quote unquote Nate at the movies, and we'll get into that in a little bit. They're going to see a movie. It's Nikki Rev's movie, and it is Revenge of Hydra Worm, or the Hydra Worm. So I'm sure these are fascinating, and they classify it as a cheesy sci-fi film. Love to see it because I love cheesy sci-fi films. So if someone wants to make that, I'm sure it'd be interesting. They decide that since they happen to be there together, they're going to go in to see it together. Blaze shows up with Tubatron 2.0. That's right. We're recycling last week's villain, and Steel actually makes a joke about that later. But we're going to power him up differently this time. Blaze has these things called Fury cells. There are 4 of them. Apparently, they're the last known Fury cells in the universe. And Scrozzle apparently used to have them at one point, and someone stole them from him. But he's going to attach it to the monster, get it souped up, powered up, and ready to go. After this, we go back to the movies. Megan, the girl who was being interviewed earlier, sees that Zoe and Nate are out on a date, and she videotapes them with the plan to blackmail them. Because, of course, as we know, I think it's 42-C of the Ranger Code, Grid Battle Force Code, you Rangers cannot date. The primary Rangers end up having a fight because Tubatron shows up. He destroys their weapons with some of his sound waves, but Silver Ranger is able to steal one of the Fury cells. So I will say that during this fight, it's one of the first times we see actual suit damage, like the goggles, whatever, the visor area of the Red Ranger gets destroyed. I don't really see these Rangers have been pretty impenetrable, and they don't take a lot of bumps. But so I appreciated that. But Cruz does show up at the last second to save Devin, and the Rangers have to retreat and regroup. The Silver and Gold Ranger end up using the blast, the Beast Slash, which I think is the first time we've seen that. Striker Beast Slash, to defeat Blaze, and if he, of course, runs away. Now that they have this Fury Cell, Nate says that he's going to try and power up some armor so that we can fight fire with fire. Nate asks Zoe to pick his assistant for him because he thinks she's a better judge of character, and obviously he's very busy with a lot of the lab stuff. And right after this, Meg shows up to put her plan in action. She shows Zoe the video and says that, she'll let the commander know if she doesn't get that job, that they're on a date. So she gets the job and immediately begins questioning Nate's calculations. So it was not enough just to get there. She is still hungry for more power. She's, like I said, questioning his stuff. Nate tells her to fill up the cheetah claws with a certain amount of Morphex. She purposely sabotages them and puts way more in and then tries to throw away the evidence. The claws are overloaded. They're flying all over the room. Meg blames him and, of course, reports directly to Commander Shaw. She's saying Nate's reckless, he's not listening to anyone, and he could get someone hurt, and that maybe if I were in charge, this wouldn't happen. Zoe shows up, owns up to what happened with the date situation, the blackmail situation, and Commander Shaw calls security and tells him, get Meg out of here, because clearly she does not need to be part of Grid Battle Force. But we're back to fighting the Tubatron, and now we have the Red Fury mode, which is going to be a new powered up version of the Red Ranger's armor, and it looks awesome. It's a lot of extra padding. Sleek design, really cool look to it. Wish they would use it more often, but we'll get into why they don't in the coming episodes. But it does take a little while for it to get kind of turned on and revved up. And it completely nullifies the attacks from Tubatron. He's just like, whatever, man, I'm taking you out. He uses a cheetah slash with the new claws. It takes him out. Zoe ends up, of course, admitting to what has occurred. She tells Nate that, because Nate doesn't understand why Zoe was worried about the blackmail. He's like, we just ran into each other. But Zoe says that she actually followed him to the movies, and she knew he was going to be there because she likes him. And then Nate tells her about the time he sent her flowers and that he likes her. Of course, they don't really know what to do with this, and if I remember correctly, you don't really touch on this later on, but they both know that they each like each other at this point. So we'll see where they go with that maybe coming up. As far as Tubatron 2.0, our first recycled monster, a lot of this is going to be the same rating. I gave it a 2 for the look, because that's what it was last time, 3 for the plan, the powers, 3 again, because it's not any new powers. I did give it a success rate of 4. Last week it was a 3, because the Rangers had to use this new Red Fury armor. They had to bust out a new toy in order to get the job done. And then for the voice, again, 4. So all in all, Tubatron 2.0 is 1 point better than Tubatron original, and so it is a 16 overall. I'm sure there's a lovely graphic. So yeah, again, that's look 2, plan 3, powers 3, success 4, and voice 4 for a total of 16. Slightly better. I wish they would have used, I don't know if they're going to recycle more again, but I wish they would have used the Red Fury cells on either a new monster or a monster that has been more successful than Tubatron from last week. So that's this episode. And again, please thumbs up the video, comment below your thoughts on our rating for Tubatron 2.0. And we'll see you next week on a podcast named Tim for our Beast Morphers reviews and Power Ranger reviews, Mandalorian reviews, everything. So thank you all for checking it out. See you next time.